Oh, these two people are falling in love. It feels so sweet, and this feels like just such a beautiful grown soulmate connection. I'm really getting that these two people have actually been blessed to have experiences with other soulmates previously in life. It does seem like these two people are kind of older, like 40s is especially coming through as like a significant age range for the collective I'm reading for. It seems like that's part of because they have actually like had kind of intertwinements with people who they would have considered soulmates in the past. And it just goes to show you that you can have multiple soulmates in a lifetime, and not every soulmate that you experience is supposed to be a forever romantic soulmate. But I actually feel like these two people are going from meeting to the rest of their lives together. I was getting this song, Could It Be I'm Falling in Love? And it's like, could it be I'm falling in love with you? And so it's just so focused on how much they love you. There's so many feelings for you, just like you are really focused on how much you're falling in love with them. This is a very mutual connection, and that is coming through so clearly in the cards, because I was listening to the song Shuffling the Deck. By the way, that song is by the Spinners, but they also used to be called the Detroit Spinners. And so I do feel like hearing that song, of course, is always just like such a huge sign, especially because that is an old song. So if you randomly come across that song, wow. But also, if you hear the word Detroit or something about Detroit, or if Detroit is significant for you, that's also a really big sign for this connection. Again, it doesn't have to be that you're like actually located there. It's just like you might see something about Detroit as just a confirmation for you. But I was listening to the song and just shuffling the deck, and the first cards that came out were the Sun, the Moon, and the Two of Cups. And I was like, okay. I love when the Sun and the Moon come out together in a love reading, and then especially followed by the Two of Cups. It's just like, you know, it's like the yin and the yang. It's the masculine and the feminine. It's the divine balance. It's like it's everything. You are each other's sunshine and your deep feelings. Like it's everything that you want in a connection, and this feels so fulfilling. And also the Two of Cups is such a stable partnership. This is really, really strong soulmate connection, and it just feels really divinely guided. It's also why it feels like this more mature connection. So then I just kind of kept shuffling, and the next card that came out was the Empress, and I was like, all right, I see you. And then I was like, okay, I feel like the Emperor is going to come out. And then I wish that I was recording during this time, but I wasn't. You're just going to take my word for it, because the very next card that came out was the Emperor, and I was like, damn, I knew it. And this is also showing that maturity. Okay, like look at how in my deck the Emperor definitely looks like kind of older, and I'm really getting that it just feels like a more mature collective, and it's like they've already gone through so many of the lessons that they've needed to learn in order to come together. And the Temperance card is here, and I didn't put my cards on the table in any specific way on purpose, but I'm just realizing the Temperance card is like right in the center, and I feel like this is also such a key to this connection. It's so balanced, it's divinely guided. There's a line on the song that's like, meeting you was my destiny. It really does feel like there's this divine guidance towards each other, and it was all in divine timing. It's very much like right person, right time. Like if you would have met this person years ago, you would have not connected in the same way. And I feel like you can recognize that. You can see like we would not have been good for each other years ago. Like this soulmate connection is very much intentionally coming forward now, or in this timing, because this is when the two people are the right people at the right time together. So that just feels really significant and important. I already have more downloads for this soulmate connection, so I'm going to take this to another part. I'm sure there's going to be multiple parts to this reading, so I hope to see you at all of them. These two people are falling so deeply in love. I do feel like there already is a known love between these two people, and maybe that word has even sort of been used, but I just feel like there's this understanding that loving somebody and being in love is not the same thing, because these people have a level of maturity and experience in their relationships. And so like this has taken time for them to get to even be able to have this connection with the Temperance card. And I just feel like, yeah, this does seem like it is for this older collective I talked about in part 1. And so this idea of like, okay, of course I can love somebody, but that's not necessarily the same as being in love. And now these two people are like, wait, no, I think I'm falling in love. That feels really strong. It feels different. It feels really warm and good. And like, I feel like these two people are like, oh my gosh, like can this really be the time? It's making me like get emotional, because it just seems like these two people really deserve this. They really deserve this. I feel like there's been so much healing. I had stopped when I cut the deck to the Star card and the Judgment card. Oh my gosh, I'm just realizing the King and Queen of Wands are now on the bottom of the deck together too. Divine counterparts so strongly here, okay? But with the Star card and the Judgment card, it's like they both have had to go through healing and make really tough decisions at times in order to get them to where they are. And now I am seeing with the Four of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, it's like just a matter of time before this love that like is, you know, gone from there's a love between them to falling in love to it's then comes marriage, right? Like first comes love, then comes marriage, then maybe more after that, but it's just like a matter of time before this connection becomes really like official. And I'm just loving all the divine counterpart energy, because we do have the Four of Wands. We have the Emperor and the Empress. We have now the King and Queen of Wands. We have the Sun and the Moon. We have the Two of Cups, right? It just feels so divinely guided, really clearly soulmate energy. And the Temperance card is also reminding me of the line in the song that says, "Heaven made you specially." Like this is like a meant to be type of connection. And I do feel like you do have choice always, right? The Justice or the Judgment card, you have choice always in love. You have choice of whether something is meant for you and this is the destiny that you want to pursue. But I feel like you're getting the courage to embark on this journey. I see the Three of Wands and the Fool card, as well as the Eight of Wands. It came out like, well, I guess from your perspective, it came out in this order. And it just seemed like you're getting this courage to proceed here. Things are going to be picking up speed between the two of you as well. And also the Three of Wands, the Fool, and the Eight of Wands also can indicate travel, distance, things like that. So if you are at a distance from each other, like long distance specifically, this might also just be another little like sign or synchronicity for you. I don't think that that's going to be for everybody here, but I am getting that might be significant for some of you. I do have initials for this reading. I would love to see both your first initials here. If more than that is here, awesome. If only your initials are here, I don't feel like that's the best sign. I would really like to see both of yours, right? Because this is like a soulmate pairing. We got to see both people. But what I'm getting, so let me know what initials you have that are here. I have BHS, PWJ, FMCL. I want to see more about the two people in this connection. We know they're divine counterparts, but let's get into more details. So let's do that in a part 3. What 10 of stars coming out? We'll have to come back to this. These two people are falling in love, and I wanted to learn more about who these two people were. So I asked first about the feminine energy in the connection. We already have her as the Empress and the Queen of Wands. I am going to say her and she, but this doesn't necessarily have to be gender related. And so I wanted to get more about her. And the first card that I got was the Queen of Crystals. So especially with the Queen of Crystals and the Queen of Wands, it's, you know, this is air sign energy, this is fire sign energy. That doesn't have to be your signs, but just kind of how this person portrays themselves. So I feel like, especially with the Queen of Wands and seeing the Three of Crystals on the bottom of the deck, this person has had to heal a lot of trauma. She's really had a very difficult past, maybe in particular related to love, and so sometimes she can come off kind of like icy and cold, maybe a little bit like aloof at times, but it's because she's trying to kind of like suss out the situation and make sure that she's only giving her energy to places and things that she really feels like actually divinely connected to with the Flower of Life and that are for her. Okay, I'm also getting that is coming through with the Ace of Stars in reverse as well as the Seven of Wands. It's like she's had to learn her own worth and knows that not every opportunity is one that she should accept. I think that maybe there's been times where also she's been overgiving, maybe try to prove herself by being more generous than she really should have been with the Ace of Stars in reverse and the Seven of Stars, and the Seven of Wands rather. But I'm getting with the Nine of Stars that she is actually also just like comfortable being single, and she's like really trying to take control of her finances. She does know how to manifest for sure. Maybe she's manifested like not correctly before, but she's definitely gotten a lot better with that now because she has learned her worth. So like, it's like when she doesn't know her worth, then her manifestations don't come through as strongly. But when she knows her worth and knows who she really is and like really is like, nah, I'm her, High Priestess energy. And I feel like she's had this like more spiritual growth and things like that. Then she's much better at manifesting. I'm also getting that she, like I said, she doesn't accept every offer that comes in particular related to love. So just because somebody shows interest in her does not automatically mean that she's going to be interested in them. And that is because she's also just very comfortable being around her very strong female friends with the Three of Cups. And so like she knows that she doesn't need to have a partner in order to feel fulfilled in life. I think that's really important. I'm also seeing with the Page of Wands and the Two of Wands, she's willing to like explore things outside of her like initial realm, whatever that means. Like maybe she's willing to travel solo. She learns a lot. Like she opens her mind to things that are outside of like maybe what her culture is or what she would have been taught, things like that. And that's an amazing energy, and that's also what's allowing her to like be ready for this type of connection, because this connection is requiring her to like kind of move outside of her realm and outside of her like box, so to speak. And because she's really gone through all this healing, Queen of Wands, she has the energy to do this. And that's what's allowing this King of Wands to come in for her. Okay, she deserved apparently like a whole video on her own. So that was a long part, but I'm going to actually go ahead and take this to another part to talk more about the masculine in this connection. These two people are coming together at exactly the right time that they need to be. They were not a good match before, even though they are soulmates. The soulmate connection needed to be in the right timing. And I just focused a lot on the Empress energy. So now we're going to focus on the Emperor. We're going to talk about the divine masculine in this connection. So he's already come out as the Emperor as well as the King of Wands. That's a lot of fire energy for this person. So maybe Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements being significant. I do also see the Strength card coming out. So another Leo sign energy there, but lots of Aries in particular coming out as being significant. So when I look at what is going on in his energy, I first see the Justice card. Oh my gosh, it's also 11-11 as I say this. So that's just divine counterpart energy right there as well. The 11, okay? But I'm just getting like, I actually think with the Justice card coming out, this person has actually had something with the legal system, okay? It feels like it's like a very literal interpretation of the Justice card. I do also think that this person is coming to understand, though, the idea of divine counterparts in a different, unique way. And maybe it's something that the feminine energy has almost like opened this masculine's energy's eyes up to. Okay, I feel like this person, the masculine, has really had to dive into their own inner strength. They're a very private person when it comes to their deepest desires, deepest feelings. They do not share those types of things. They share a different thing on the external than what they do internally. Internally, they have gone through so much. They have had a whole tower moment, like for a long time. I feel like this has been actually going on for quite some time. I see that there's a lot of trauma here too. The Three of Crystals have come out for the feminine energy too, and I feel like that's part of why this timing is significant, that like both of these people had to go through their unique traumas to then be able to come together. And it's almost like them coming together now is like a reward in a way. I'm also getting that this person is very loyal. Okay, the Strength card is telling me that, and then also with the Four of Cups as in reverse as well as the World card, they will not entertain any other options besides the person that they are with. There's a line in the song that is, "You'll always be the only one for me." Like their loyalty is really important to them. Like they will make you like, in a healthy way, the center of their world. They will always have other things going on too. That's really key and part of the Two of Cups. Like each person is coming in with their own cupful, but as far as like who the people are in their world, you will be their healthy center. And they also see themselves as being a very romantic person. Knight of Cups with the Self card, like that's how they want to see themselves. They want to see themselves as being romantic, the type of person who can like sweep you off their feet. At the same time, they aren't fully allowing themselves to be that just quite yet, because I also see the Two of Crystals. I wonder if there's something with this like justice, something situation where they feel like something needs to be resolved a little bit more before they allow themselves to like fully come through. But they are falling in love, right? Because it is like, could it be I'm falling in love with you, is the channeled song. I also see the King of Stars. So I do feel like part of what they're also like, I'm not letting myself fully go there, because they want to make sure that they just feel so freaking secure in their finances that they have like this whole kingdom built. But I know that they also want to build it with you. They also are opening up more with the Hierophant card to more of this like spiritual realm. The feminine energy is definitely already more in a spiritual place than the masculine energy, but the masculine is opening up to it, and they do also see this as a soulmate connection, 6 of Cups. So I do think that's really a good sign as well. And then I also had seen the 9 of Cups on the bottom of the deck before when I was asking about this person, and it just seems like they do see that this connection is their dream and the wishes that they want, and they just are like treading carefully because they don't want to mess it up. They really do not want to make a mistake. 4 of Cups in reverse is also like they do not want to make a mistake. They have made mistakes in love before. They have like lost everything that they thought that they wanted with the Tower card before. They've had soulmates in the past, and they do not want to mess it up with you. So they want to make sure everything is in divine timing, and they really believe in that. They really do believe that like things are going to happen in the right time for the two of you. At the end of a previous part, I think it was part 2, I'm kind of losing track, the 10 of Stars was like coming out, and so I feel like this is a sign that I need to just take it to another part to tell you about like the long-term future between these two people. So I'll see you in the next part, which I think is part 5. This is a soulmate connection, and your job is to trust that everything is going to be happening in the exact right timing, because it is leading to this 10 of Stars. This 10 of Stars life, this happily ever after where you are building a legacy together. I also do feel like this is not just about creating a family life together, but this is about building something generational together. You might be creating a business together, or businesses, just creating opportunities for other people around you as well. Like the two of you are coming together at this time in order to do something bigger and better. The two of you are able to do something amazing together. I'm really strongly getting that. And you're going to be able to rely on each other. It does feel like part of why you didn't get to like come together in each other's lives until now, until maybe like later in your lives, is because you needed to have all these other experiences first so that you were ready. That's why you're grown. Emperor and Empress energy, you're grown. And so I want to see what it is going to look like for the two of you, or the two people in this connection, long term. So let's take a look. By the way, my name is Beth, and I am a trauma-informed intuitive tarot reader. The two people in this connection have definitely experienced their unfair share of trauma. It seems like they've really had to go through it, and that's why they're being rewarded with this connection. So we did already see the 10 of Stars as far as the long-term connection. I just want to see what else these two people can expect for their connection long-term, the world. I really do feel like they want to go, like these two people are setting themselves up to be able to experience the rest of life together. I really do feel like that's what's happening. There's so much celebration, uplifting of each other. These two people are each other's biggest fans, okay? And there's this uplifting energy. They're gonna do some work together. Like I said, the 8 of Stars, I feel like there's some integration of their crafts in a way that earns them a lot of money. You also might just be seeing or hearing their name, or just things about them like that just pop up a lot. Like their energy is in your energy in a really good way, and like you can allow yourself to fall in love. I feel like maybe there's a little part of you that's a bit scared. Yeah, you want to stay grounded. I know you don't want to, you're the type of person that doesn't want to just be Delulu, right? Like that's not who you are. And I'm not the type of reader that just wants to feed into your Delulu. So I'm trying to help you to get a sense of like whether this person is actually for you and who these two people are. Being in love does require a little bit of healthy Delulu, right? Like love isn't rational. So I think that's part of the message. Yeah, like you have to tear down some of your walls to this. With a Tower card, like you have to, in order to actually allow the falling in love to happen, you have to let the walls fall. 5 of Crystals and 2 of Crystals here, 4 of Cups. Look at how scared you are. I feel like you don't want to lose in love again. So there's part of you that's almost pushing this away because you're worried that it's too good to be true, or like love is scaring you in a way. And it's like, if you want this, right? You want this happily ever after with the 10 of Stars, so you cannot block your heart. And that also includes allowing yourself to fall in love. So it's about having a healthy dose of Delulu, the person who is actually able to come with a clear mind and not, delulu, but healthy delulu with the Page of Crystals, because you're supposed to be the Empress. The Empress is going to need to be open to receiving this love, and these two people are falling in love in a very beautiful way, but you need to like allow yourself to let it in. Self card. This can really happen for you, but you have to let it in, because the way that these two people are coming together, these soulmates, Ace of Cups, this love is supposed to flow because it is actually for your greatest good, their greatest good, the collective's greatest good. These two people have a lot to offer the world together. This is all in divine timing. It is divinely guided, and it is meant to be in this beautiful way because these two people are soulmates that have a purpose together. So allow it to happen. Allow it to come. Open yourself to this love. Could it be that you're falling in love? Yes. And it's beautiful.